Okay, so let's look at each kind of general area of sports and see what the research shows us on its effectiveness. Those of you that watched Game Changers movie and or listened to the Joe Rogan mini podcast that followed, you remember hearing that word forest plots? Well, that's exactly what you're looking at here. What this is showing us, and you see these different categories here. So you have aerobic endurance, muscle strength, muscle endurance, anaerobic power, vertical jump height, exercise speed, short-term high intensity. So different categories. Underneath each category, you see the name of some authors that conducted some research on the topic, right? And from there, you're seeing what these research studies showed. So let's look at the aerobic endurance first. They're all nicely labeled with this square. And what you'll see is the benefits on this side are going to favor caffeine. You see some deviations here. That is individual responsiveness. So the larger these standard deviation bars are, or rather confidence intervals are, the more variability that research paper noticed, okay? And that's true with any supplement. And that's true with anything. Some people respond well to things, some people not so much. But overall, as far as aerobic endurance is concerned, there is a strong favor for caffeine use in those sports. And that's pretty traditional. If you look at triathlon, marathon, cycling events, those are kind of your more traditional aerobic endurance sports. Caffeine use is very, very prevalent. But don't forget, caffeine has benefits by itself. Caffeine, when taken with carbohydrate, increases the absorption of that carbohydrate. These are the sports here that are going to be glycogen limiting. So the benefit is extra for this group. And to kind of demonstrate that point, look down here, muscle strength, muscle endurance, anaerobic power. In either one of those, any of those scenarios, and I guess we'll just might as well throw vertical jump height in here, speed and short-term high intensity. These are more anaerobic and power driven, right? Are they still demonstrating benefits from caffeine? Yes, because they're all on the right side of this line. Generally speaking, they're not quite as far right. So the further right you are, the stronger the evidence that caffeine's helpful. It's to the right, but it's not so far gone. So is caffeine by itself beneficial? Yes. But why are you not seeing the same level of benefits with these anaerobic and power sports that you see with endurance? These are not carbohydrate limiting sports, right? We're not worried about running out of glycogen here. We are here. So both are going to benefit from caffeine. Both are going to get those central nervous system benefits that we talked about before. That aerobic group is going to get the one extra little benefit from that increased carbohydrate absorption. So to sum this up, is there any sport out there where an athlete would not likely benefit from caffeine? No, pretty much everybody will. And I say pretty much everybody because there's got to be somebody out there who's sensitive to caffeine, who would experience some negative side effects. That's not the person, right? That would benefit no matter what their sport is. But as a whole, there's not a sport out there that doesn't benefit from caffeine either before the event or during the event, depending upon the length. It's just that aerobic sports are probably going to see more favorable performance improvements from caffeine, right? Because of the caffeine benefit itself and that extra carbohydrate absorption.